guys can't see, but I'm rubbing my hands. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is John from Magic Tech Review. What's going on with you guys tonight? And in tonight's video, we're going to do a no camera on live stream. Yeah, it's going to be a little weird. So what's up, guys, on the panel? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Nothing much.
Let's see how many we can get joined in here this late hour.
Right. So we're going to be talking about the LG Aristo 3 tonight, guys. The new phone from Metro PCS. Also, we're going to be talking about the MetroSmart HotSpot device that's also coming for Metro. I keep saying Metro PCS, Metro by T-Mobile. I want to talk a little bit about the Motorola E5 Supra with the little thing going on that they had the APN settings kind of foobarred, and also maybe we can throw a little bit of the Moto G7 Supra in there as well.
Okay.
Coming out for Cricket.
Well, let's hit on the Aristo 3 a little bit later on. If that's cool with you.
Yeah. So basically, let's talk about the Metro HotSpot, man. So the Metro HotSpot, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out the specs if you guys haven't seen it or whatever. See what kind of information I dug up over here. So the Metro HotSpot is going to be coming out very, very soon, and it's going to be replacing the other type of hotspot that they have going on. Okay, here we go. I'm looking up the information right now, guys.
I want to say hello to everyone in the chat. Thank y'all for 17 of y'all joined in right now. Hope y'all having a great night.
Yes. I'm a little sleepy. I'm a little groggy, so don't mind me. A few individuals wanted to call me, so that's why we had no camera. I said, heck, we're talking. Might as well talk to all the people online. So it's going to be launching January 14th. The SRP is going to be $79. It's going to be replacing replacing the Link Zone. It's going to be supporting up to 15 devices. It's going to have a processor of 1.3 gigahertz Qualcomm chipset. It's going to have a Wi-Fi of 802.11 BG and N. Supports up to 600 megahertz, and the battery is going to be 2,150 milliamp hours, and the RAM is going to be 256 and 128.
Well, the one thing that I see is the battery life. It's about the same kind of battery, sort of similar as like the ZTE Velocity that we have for NetBuddy, and the battery won't last very, very long. About a half a day to a day, depending on how much you have it on. And one more thing that you mentioned, I'm surprised they don't have wireless AC. Instead of BG and N, have AC as well.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't have a display on it.
Wow. So with no display, how are you going to know what's connected, your signal bars and stuff like that? And by the way, everyone is joined in it. This is a no camera live stream. We're just talking tonight. So just letting all y'all know that once again, that this is just going to be a no camera off type stream, just talking to y'all, give us some information off, stuff like that. So I want to kind of throw that out there again.
Let's see here. Yeah, no display. No display. That's kind of weird or odd or whatever. It's not really that for a hot device, but it just has no display. It literally just has it has like a little signal bar thing. It has a little Wi-Fi indicator. It has a little battery thing, and it has a button, and that's it. Like no display whatsoever on it. Which, yeah, kind of odd. It does say Metro by T-Mobile. It does have the branding on the front of it. But yeah, other than that, it says MetroSmart
Oh
Hotspot
my
combined.
goodness! Look who's in the chat, bro.
Who was in the
That's
chat?
the latest comment.
Oh,
Oh, that's a surprise.
oh. Who? Mill Hustles? Michael West? Matt's Tech Review? Who?
Very last comment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got woken up, but yeah. Little John is in his bed asleep, actually. He was in my spot, so I transferred him over to his bed. So but yeah, these guys woke me up, so I figured we're just gonna do a little little stream. I'm like mad tired, as you guys can tell. But
And 33 watching.
yes,
That's surprising. Thank y'all for joining in here, which I know that everybody is not on, East Coast time like myself. It's earlier, the further west you go. So that's kind of a good thing as well. But yeah, I don't know, man. What do you, I mean, do you got a price on that hotspot?
yes, I do. Yes, I do. Of course, you guys know that. What's it called here? Hold up. Boom. Let's see here. It's good. It's $100. It's actually $79. $79.
$79. Gotcha. And I'm sure they'll have some, new line specials and port, I'm not, well, not really poured in because, how can you pour it into a hotspot, I reckon, but
Well, yeah, I guess. But I mean, they're gonna have when they have the $60 off, $100 off, and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
Let's see here. Oh, Michael Thomas is in the house, of course. What's up, Michael Thomas? Salute to Michael Thomas, man. This is a soldier. Salute to Shay Kennedy. He's always here. Isaac Diaz seems to always be here. Michael West. Man, it's a lot of you guys. Oh my golly, wow. It's a lot of you guys, man, that's like pretty much consistently always here, man. That's amazing. For you
And
guys to actually be here every time I go.
yes, also, um, everybody subscribe to Mill Hustles. He is so close, back to 1,000. We need him back to 1,000. So there's 33 in here. Now we'll push him over the top.
Right.
Yep.
So, what are your guys' thoughts about this new Moto G7, man? Moto G7 from Cricket Wireless.
I mean, it's going to be called the Supra. I don't see why they would name another one the Supra. I mean, because you got the E5 Supra, and then the G series is completely different. I mean, because I don't think that Cricket ever got a G6 series, did they?
No.
G6 Forge, but that's
Yeah, the G6 Forge, yeah.
the one at Best Buy and all that other whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one that was pretty much straight up $100, and it was just a little bit less than the Supra, basically.
Yeah. Naming it Supra is going to be confusing. Yeah, so I'm really kind of anxious. I mean,
Well, it's the G5 and the G7 Supra. I mean, this is two above, Ooh.
yeah, I mean the G7. I've seen Lady Red's video about the G7 Play and its 2,800 milliamp battery. I'm surprised they're going to actually have a battery that low, because in the G6 Play, it had a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So to drop that drastically in the battery is kind of surprising by me.
The reason that, do you remember a couple of months back I was debating to buy either the G6 or the E5 Supra? I went with the Supra just because of the battery.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, when they had the G6 Play, with when I had it, it had a 4,000 milliamp battery, and the actual G6 had a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. But it's funny that the G7 Plus is going to have a 2,800 milliamp battery. It's kind of surprising.
She said, "Okay, so you're not going to shout me out? No, I ain't gonna shout you out. You don't get no shout out. I don't know who you are. You must be somebody new." Eden says hello. Hi, John. Hi, Eden.
Sean White says, "Why does the X Power 3 look exactly like the X Charge and Fiesta 1 and 2? Because LG don't ever change anything. I mean, LG don't change nothing. And that kind of leads us into the Aristo 3.
Yeah, there you go.
And while John reads off the Aristo 3 specs, I'm looking here at the Aristo 2 from last January when it released. And I want to see just what you're going to get if you get an Aristo 3 compared to Aristo 2 from last year. So you got all the specs to the Aristo 3. And after you read all the specs, I'm going to give you the specs on the Aristo 2. That will show y'all if you think it's worth getting Aristo 3 over the 2.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. These are the specs. Dun, ba-da-ba-dum. Let's see here. So specs launching on January 14th. So it's going to be. Can you get it? No, you can't get no damn phone. Shoot, man, I don't even want to tell what phone she broke now. That thing is smashed though. Launching on January 14th. Target SRP is $139. It's replacing the LG Aristo 2. It colors platinum gray. Display is 5-inch HD 720p display, 16:9 aspect ratio. Cameras, a main camera of 13 megapixel. It says a PDAF with LED flash. I don't know what a PDAF exactly means. And then a front camera with 5 megapixel. Memory of 16 gigabytes of ROM, 2 gigabytes of RAM. Expandable up to 32 gigabytes. Battery is 2,410 milliamp hours. And then it supports 600 band.
Okay, what's the processor? Do you know what the processor is?
139 supposedly. Target SRP.
No, the processor.
Oh, processor. I don't think it says that.
Probably the same as the Aristo 2.
Yeah, that's probably why they didn't mention it.
Is that all the spec? Is it running Oreo?
That's all the specs it has. I'm going to read you the call out card. I'm going to read you the whole little thing. The new LG Aristo 3 delivers what you need anywhere you go. It features a 13 megapixel PDAF camera to capture all of its life's important moments and a vibrant 5-inch display to see your content vividly, packed into a slim, premium design. This phone offers the processing power and speed you need to take on the day. It has all the premium features you need without the premium price tag.
Okay, I'm going to give you all the specs of last year's Aristo 2. It's got a 5-inch 720 by 1280 display, 16:9. It's got a 13 megapixel camera with 1080p recording. It's got a Snapdragon 425 processor with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of storage with a 2410 milliamp hour battery. It has got a plastic body. It runs Android 7.1.2. It has up to SD card slot up to 32 gigabytes, a 13 megapixel PDAF camera with flash, 1080p video, and that's it. It's the same exact specs as the Aristo 2.
So basically, they just took any leftover ones they didn't sell and repackaged them, reprogrammed them, and there you go.
They probably put Oreo on it, and that's
change the back cover.
change it. Well, actually, what color is the Aristo 3?
I know the Aristo 2 was silver.
Well, here it says Titan. I'm guessing Titan silver. And so that pretty much goes right there to tell you that the Aristo 3 is the exact same phone as the Aristo 2, probably with Oreo, has probably the same processor, 425, because they're not giving you the processor. But if it may be a 435, maybe goes to octa-core, maybe they upped it to an octa-core 435, which I doubt. And it has the same 5 megapixel camera in the front, 13 megapixel camera in the rear, the same 5-inch 720p display, 16:9, same RAM, same ROM, same battery, removable battery, and so apparently it's just going to be a regurgitation of last year's model.
Let's see here.
So honestly, anybody getting an Aristo 3 is going to be paying $140 for it or whatever, or even if you get it for discount price, it's going to get ripped off. Just being real. I mean, because if it had a stronger processor, a bigger display, more internal storage, and more RAM, then I might understand that. But I mean, whenever you give the specs out for the Aristo 3, and it's the exact same specs as the last year's model, who were they fooling? You know? I mean, yeah, the Aristo 2 don't have the 600 megahertz band. Maybe that's why they're calling it a new model, because it has that band. And you reckon?
Could be.
So I guess they figure it's worth making a whole new phone, making you pay that kind of money for it, even though of course you can get port-in specials and you can get discounts or whatever.
I'm pretty sure give it a month, it'll be free.
Oh, no doubt, because it's the same phone as the Aristo 2. I mean, like I said, the only thing different that you're probably going to get is that 600 megahertz band.
You there, John?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that.
It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me see here. So yeah, I mean, yeah. LG, man, they're doing. I mean, they're doing the same little thing that they usually do, man. You know, with the LG Stylo 3, LG Stylo 4. I mean, this is nothing really new, but we thought maybe in 2019 they would change their act up a little bit. I mean, I don't know. But at the end of the day, these phones like the LG Aristo 2, 3, or whatever, you know, they're just meant for really low budget, just, you know, throwaway phones, free phones, and all that. So
yeah, I mean,
people are really not going to even notice. Like, you know, the type of people that are going to come in, they're going to be like, "Hey, man, let me get a free phone. What you got on deck? Blah 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 blah." You know what I'm saying? And they're just going to walk out working, you know, free, and they're just going to basically just pay for the service, and that's it.
Thinking that they're going to get a new phone from last year's model. I mean, because somebody that likes the Aristo 2 and says, "Oh, there's Aristo 3 coming out, I'm going to go and get that," you know. And basically, all they're going to really get from what you read off is the 600 megahertz band, and nothing different. Probably the same color, the same design, and everything.
I'm confused. Yeah, exactly. It's meant to confuse everybody. That's what this whole thing is meant to do. It's like they throw these specs around, they throw this around, and they. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to make my own video about this, and you know how you know how my LG videos are probably going to be. So yeah. Thanks for the 44 watching. Wow. Now, I am excited about the Cricket version of the Nokia 3.1 Plus. I am kind of excited about that phone coming to Cricket. Now, now I know that, oh my God, who else would get the Moto Cruise instead? Did Metro get any Moto devices like that? They got the E5 Plus, but did they get any more?
I think that was it.
Think so too.
So the E5 Super, dude, on Cricket Wireless, having that, actually the E5 Super and the Cruise, they have a little known issue here. Oh my God, Wow is actually in the chat, which I'm actually glad that he's here. That the settings for the APN apparently they didn't come in right when the new thing came in. The new oh my God, the new security patch. You know, the APN settings for the internet, MMS, and all that stuff. It's missing. It's missing a few settings up there. So it's pretty big deal because apparently it's having a lot of people come in because their MMS is not working. Yeah.
Yeah, you would figure even with an update that it would automatically, adjust the APN settings to where they need to be.
Well, I mean, they can go into store. Obviously, they can watch a video. I have a video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Karen Danny. I would love to see some changes for the better in LG phones, especially their budget phones. I mean, instead of every year regurgitating the same phone out every single year and just adding a few little things that really don't make that much. I mean, yeah, I'm sure those who want the 600 megahertz band, it would be good to see that. But as far as the phone itself goes, I mean, it don't mention anything really new. I mean, the battery's the same size, the cameras are the same, the internal storage and is the same, the RAM is the same. Everything is basically the same except for the 600 megahertz band, that they included in the Aristo 3. So basically, they took the same phone design and everything and just put that band in there, and they're passing it off as a new phone. Whenever they could have, made a phone where it had more storage, more RAM, maybe a beefed up processor compared to what it already had. Maybe add a fingerprint scanner, and been done with it. That way you would got an actual upgrade instead of the same phone that you got last year if you got an Aristo 2.
So, oh my golly, wow says, yeah, all Cricket phones should have default MMS, FOTA, HiPri, and Supra. So that's what they should have in the APN settings.
Yeah, fresh dollars. I mean, honestly, yeah, the Aristo 2. I mean, unless you want that 600 megahertz band, I'm sure that you can probably. I mean, now even though it's what 139 for the Aristo 3, I'm sure with the promotion that you get, you can get it for probably free or near free anyway. So really, I mean, if you can get the newest model, you can get it for almost free, maybe $20, something like that. Then I guess it would probably be go ahead and just get the newest model because I'm sure it'll have the one of the newer versions of Android because the Aristo 2 came out with 7.1.2, and I doubt it got Oreo. If it did, I'm not really sure.
Oh, actually, it did. The LG Aristo 2 was the phone that actually got the newest update, or newer update. I don't think it got Oreo, but it did get one new version of Android. So
well, see, it came out with 7.1.2, and right after that was 8.0 Oreo.
Let me look real quick. Let me look at my email. because I did get an email about that.
Because if I'm mistaken, they had Android 7, then Android, what was it, 7.1 and 7.1.1 and 7.1.2. And then after that, that was it. And then it had, then Oreo came, then it was Oreo.
Let me see here real quick. Sorry, I gotta look at my stuff, but devices. Man, promo change.
And also, while he's doing that, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to us all. If you're not subscribed, me, CB Tech, Mill Hustles, and Magic Tech. If you're in here, you're probably subscribed already. But if you're not, and subscribe, I'm just going to say hey in the chat, and you can push my little bubble there beside my name, CB Tech, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'd really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even mention that in the beginning, huh? So this is what the thing reads here from the person that sent it to me. So I've been selling phones and updating software on lots of phones over the years, and usually the cheaper phones never get OS updates. Today I got an OS update to Oreo from Nougat on the LG Aristo 2, which we sell for everyday price of $59. To everyone, this wouldn't be a big deal, but to those who have an ultra low budget device, this is promising. Beggars can't be choosers.
And you know what?
Screenshot of the Oreo update.
And you know what's hilarious is that the LG V20, the first phone to get Nougat, has been out for this many years, and some versions are still not getting Oreo on their phones. I don't have Oreo on my V20, and I know some's got it, but I never got it on my V20, and that's kind of a shock, you know. Like I mentioned before, I don't really care about software updates that much, but sometimes it's nice to maybe get one just to see if it improves the performance of the phone a little bit. Now I don't care.
Freedom Turbo. Sorry.
Now I don't care if any phones of mine get Pi, because I personally don't like Pi that much. I prefer.
Pi, what the heck?
But yeah, Android Oreo, I like Oreo pretty good.
So what's Mo Hustles, man? What instead of Pi? What's the newest version, man, of Android? What's it gonna be
After Pi?
Yes.
I'll have to get back to you on that. I gotta think of a messed up answer, so I'll get back to you on that.
You got to count his ABCs over there.
It kind of makes you wonder what they're going to actually make for Q, because I mean, I really don't know what they could possibly name.
Do y'all have to do that when somebody's like, "What's after like S?" or something like that? I swear I have to do that sometimes. It'd be like A B C D E F G. Just...
No, I don't think
Android,
so.
Android quiche.
Quiche, huh? Quiche.
I mean, yeah. I mean, is there any foods that start with the letter Q?
Quail.
But could you imagine that Android quail?
Yeah, that wouldn't sound right.
And see, most of the time they're desserts. So I mean, is there any desserts?
These are all. I'm looking up the Q names, and they're all weird. Maybe it's time they say, you know what, we're going to name it something else.
Well, Eden, the V20 did get Oreo. It did get Oreo, but not all of them's got it. My V20 still don't have it. But yeah, but
Android
some did get it.
PP. There you go. That's what it should have been. Android Pie should have been Android Poo Poo PP.
Oh my golly, wow says quesadilla.
I like that one too.
Hey, you never know. You never know. I mean, I thought for a while they might just skip Q and go to R, but I don't know.
Android Taco, really? Quarter pounder. You guys, man, that's fair.
Eden, that's a few more Android updates away to get the T.
David, Android. It said Android quarter pounder.
Taking what's going on? Taking sanity says Android Quaker Oaks. There you go. I don't know.
And if you're in the chat, man, don't be no damn lurker, no stranger. That's rude. I know y'all out there watching.
Because we got 41 watching. That's pretty amazing. So thank y'all for joining in.
Yeah, especially if it's on the east coast of Alaska, like I am at 1:24 a.m. Shout out to my wife in the chat as well, since she wanted to shout out so damn bad. Love Tech 47. What's up? What's up? Yeah, man.
Why do I not like Curtis asked why I don't like Android Pie? I don't know. It's just I mean this is kind of petty, but I don't like it, and that's the volume. Whenever you are on Oreo or anything else, and whenever you press the volume button, it always turns the ringer down or off or whatever. Whenever you push the volume down, just from the home screen, it don't turn down your ringer volume. It turns down your media volume. You got to actually go into the settings and go into your settings, go into your sound to turn up and down the ringer volume. Now you can if you push the ringer, if you push the volume button, you can do it, on the screen. But I can't stand that. There's a button for ring, vibrate, or silent, and which makes it easy. But I just like the old way to whenever you push the volume down, instead of turning down the media, because you're liable to be sitting or going somewhere, and you don't want your phone to ring, and like we've always done with marshmallow, nougat, Oreo, whatever. Whenever we press our volume button down, we think that our volume is going to be silent or vibrate. Well, with Pi, if you push the volume down, it's going to only turn down the media volume. And if you ain't looking, then your ringer is liable to still be on full blast. So it's kind of annoying.
I just don't like the battery drain in the newer Androids.
Yeah, and I know that I know that people don't like that little pill button at the bottom, like iOS, but you can change that to just to the old standard, back home recents or whatever. You don't have to have that, new setup. Now, I know whenever you go to your recent apps, it's very scrollable like the iOS. You got to scroll over, swipe up or whatever to get rid of them. Kind of an iOS thing.
Look at this. We got a former leaker says, George Pena says, hello from Mexico brothers. I used to leak the PDFs from corporate as a customer service representative. There you go.
Yeah, they said they killed off the Essential phone. I'm interested to see if my Essential phone will get a security patch, because every month around the 5th or 6th, I get a security patch update. So I guess we'll find out.
Well, if you guys look at what's going on or what happened behind the scenes with the Essential phone and the actual person that made it, yeah, pretty bad controversy there. But
Dave says Essential was trash. The Essential was great. I don't know what kind of issue you had with Essential phone, but Essential phone was a great phone. I have one. I've had it for a while, and it has been a phenomenal phone. The performance is up there with the Galaxy S9. It performs very well. The only thing that I would change about the Essential phone is the cameras need more options and more features. And it'd be nice to have a headphone jack, since it wasn't called the Essential phone. But as far as the phone goes in general, the phone to me was perfect. The phone works great. Beautiful screen, very fast. And it would do just as good, perform just as well as any flagship phone, out there. So I don't know. And the battery was decent. It wasn't the greatest battery in the whole world, but it was okay.
Make Apple iPhones great again. Yeah, make them not bend again. How about that?
Yeah, make them with the Touch ID instead, and make them where I would love to. I gotta say, I would love to see. I would still love to see them put their Touch ID on the Apple logo in the back. I would love to see that. That would be so awesome.
I I think they just went too far, too fast, and too much, man. With the whole taking away the button, then they took away the headphone jack. It's just they alienated so many people, and
Yeah,
especially like a lot of older people actually use the iPhone. Like that was one of the big draws. Was it just works. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like so confusing with the swipe up and this and that. I mean, imagine if you're like elderly. You used to just hit the button, hit the home button, and go wherever you want to go or do whatever you
hmm
want to do. Now it's all this swipe up and this and that and third.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I think they kind of alienated the elderly people which were using their phones.
yeah. And if you swipe up to the left or swipe up to the right, it's gonna take you into different areas. So I mean, you gotta like swipe up right in the center, and it's just, I mean, to those that ain't really tech savvy, it's gonna be very confusing for them. And honestly, that's why I think that that's why their sales are down. You know,
I mean, they're
um,
they're going after the millennial crowd, but they got to figure they have a big audience, like an elderly, or you know what I'm saying, or
yeah.
whatever adult over a certain age crowd, and
I mean, they done away with the headphone jack on the 6S, and that phone is what, 3 years old, 3 years old now.
mhm.
So, I mean, that was the last model of the headphone jack.
I mean,
Uh,
who do they think was buying their phones? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if the kids were getting these phones, but the adults were getting the phones too. Now the adults are like, well, this thing don't have a headphone jack. I gotta buy an extra adapter, and they're doing all this and that. They're like, no, I don't like this anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
out.
Yeah, I mean, and they're charging an arm and a leg for all their accessories that should already be included with the phone. I mean, they don't even include a fast charger. So if you want a fast charger, you got to use one that you already have from a different, manufacturer.
Mhm.
Or you have to go out and buy Apple's fast charger, which is going to cost you an arm and a leg. Then they want you to buy their headsets. They want you to buy this and that and the other. So you're paying $1,000, $1,200 for their phone, and that ain't counting the extra hundreds you're going to spend on their accessories.
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, Apple to me is stabbing herself in the foot, and honestly, to me, their new iPhones, while they may be really nice and perform well with really good cameras and really good performance, they're lacking, and they're just kind of screwing everybody by making you pay that much for a phone that really don't include anything instead of sticking with their roots back in the day. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I
Yeah,
guess
but
they
I mean that's a big draw too. Like, oh well, grandma wants to talk to grandson, so have grandma and grandson get this newest iPhones, or so they can talk on what's it called, the chat that you
FaceTime.
FaceTime. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now it's just like grandma's like, nah, granny can't handle that price tag. I'm out. We're gonna have to find another way.
That's why I still maintain that the iPhone SE is one of the best iPhones there was. Even though it's small and nobody wants a small phone anymore, the SC is kind of like a little tank. It's like a little beast. And I mean, in any video that you see, even these iPhone channels who are all about the 10, 10s, 10s Max, and all that, whatever, they still go back to the SC as saying, this is still a beast of a phone, and how much they really like the phone. And even though everybody says, "Oh, the iPhone S, SE, 5S is so dated," to me, it was one of the best designed iPhones, in
Because
my
we
personal opinion.
we have to face it that us tech people, tech enthusiasts, or tech heads, we're the minority. What I'm saying, we might love phones and love this and love tech and all this, but the average consumer, they're not going to be telling you how much the processor is, how much battery level, and this and that and the third. They're not. Then say they just open the box, use their phone for a year or two, and that's it. I'm saying they don't worry about all this stuff like we
Yeah,
do.
yeah. Like Tech Insanity says, that's why at Verizon, I always told customers the 8 and the 7 just for the button. Exactly. People love the Touch ID. You know, everybody don't want to have to press the power button, look at their phone, then swipe up. You know, people if people just sitting kind of like laying in bed and they want to check out their phone, they can just put their thumb or whatever on the Touch ID and open their phone up and be done with it. You know, and like Oh My God, Wow says none of the iPhone models have the adapter included anymore. Apple is charging $9 for it now. So you take $9, don't sound like a whole lot, but when you got hundreds of thousands or whatever, however many whatever millions people go there and buy these chargers at $9 a buy. I guess that's why Apple is now the $1 trillion company, because they made that money by ripping everybody off.
All right, well, hey guys, let me go ahead and go because it's like really late. It's 1:30 something.
Okay.
Mill Hustles, any last thoughts?
No, sir. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to everyone here.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Step it up, everyone.
Good night, y'all.